Hey y'all, it's Christine. I'm here with Round Robin Day 2. We're not going to keep track of what day it actually is when I'm posting day 2. This is just the second day I'm able to do it. So, on my desk right now is my November journal because I have a couple things to put back in it. The only reason this journal is ready to go is because I made it in, I don't even remember, long enough after June, because it was supposed to be our Pride journal because it's days with Frog and Toad, but not recently. So there you go, somewhere between June and now. So it has a little pocket here. I think everything is suitable for viewing. Yes, it is. So I'll show this another time, but part of the reason I'm late with Junk Journal Round Robin, among many other reasons, is my husband surprised me. Make sure I'm in frame. He surprised me with a music show. So we went on Sunday night. And I know that's a wild picture, but it's kind of how I felt with the music. It was great though. We went and saw Black Violin, which is well, here, I'll show you this picture. It's these two guys. Let me make sure I can get this in the frame. And they met in high school orchestra. 20 years later, they are still performing together, and they perform classical, hip hop. On stage with them was an amazing drummer, turntables, keyboardist. It was a lot of fun. And then I have more to go, obviously, in the month. But so that's the beginning of November, and the reason it's on my desk is because I was working on it and I forgot to put this in it. I'm really experimenting right now with these samples. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to put on it because I really love them. They feel nice. Oh, Frog and Toad. I do love them so. All right. This is something I'm working on my slow stitching and be nice because I'm learning. This is a snippet roll I made, and then I'm trying to add different things to it. And I thought it would look good in here. This also goes in here. That's why it's still on the desk. These leaves I found in my fall stuff, they go in here. I decided to, oh, this is kind of cool. Bagels, 11-1, 11-11, 1 of 1. Okay, I love that. This is a folder in the front that's already in there, so I put some stuff. Look at these frogs, y'all. So I put just stuff I'm going to use to work on it in here. I'm trying to be better about having the stuff I used to work on something just in one place. So, oh, and that PH2. This is, I think it's like coffee dyed, maybe boiled book, tissue paper. I think this is just coffee dyed, or it has ink on it. But anyway, so I'm putting it in there too. Let me put it where it won't ink over stuff. We'll tie this up. I have a very limited amount of time to do this tonight, but I don't want to say I cheated. I had to modify the rules for my life, and that means I looked at what I was going to do, thinking I was going to do it a couple days ago, and then here's the dangle for this. This is a button that Cindy at Studio Lou made. So pretty. Tinker Toy. I thought I was going to get to make it, and I didn't, so I've been collecting stuff in the meantime to work on it. So let's see, which was which. I think this is what my kiddo and my husband picked for me. And this, I did leave out for them. I have a bin of like special trash that I've been keeping for a while. So this is, it's hard to see, a baggie I saved. I don't remember why these were available at the time, but the baggie is actually a Stormtrooper. And then this is a piece of packaging from a ColourPop and Star Wars color palette that I got. So that's from them. Sweet babies. Hopefully I have a water over here. I do, good. Excuse me, I'm not sure that helped or hurt. And then this one I have now for something completely different. I have something I've been wanting to use. This is a vintage card, and it's got these people dancing. Sorry, my hands are shaking today. It says Teen Time on it. And then this is, okay, I'll be still. This is a a printable from Tandy Art that I bought. I printed it out on something. I can't remember now. Something hard, something frosted. You see? And then, no, you know what I think I did? I printed it out on vellum, and then I put the vellum through a laminator. And then behind it, which, I wonder if I can take, oh, I can take it off. I'm gonna do that just because it might give me more options. Behind it is a piece, I recognize this, believe it or not, because I was just working with it. This is a printable from To Casa de Papel, and I will link her. Her stuff is so cool. So I did forget to grab the metallic stuff, but maybe I won't need it. We'll see. I was going to use this mirrored paper I have, but instead, well, I don't know. So I also pulled this. This is something I found thrifting, and I thought it might be kind of cool if there was some kind of like diagrammy thing for the, you know, oh, come on, the Death Star. I need to be nice to myself. So, you know, something like this. I just thought this was really cool. And then I also, oopsie. You know what? I'm gonna have to get rid of this because that was almost a tragedy. I also found a sticker that we picked up that says Punks with a Purpose, or Punks with Purpose or something. It was here. Okay, hopefully we'll find it because I just touched it. Oh, here it is. Punk with Purpose. And so I thought that might kind of go, I kind of had this idea of like the kids dancing. It's got a little water damage on it. The kids dancing, and they were seen as like naughty at the time, right? And against the Empire. If you've been watching Andor, you know, oh my gosh, Andor. There are 2 speeches in Andor that are just like, they will make you cry. They're great. So I was thinking kind of, you know, the kids against the Empire, sort of that joy is resistance situation moment. I wanted to somehow put them like coming through as a window. That's a little bleak. And even though the resistance is trying to destroy things, they're still going to have joy. That's a little much for me. I don't know. I think first things first, I want to put this on a card. And I think I want that card to have like sparkles in it. So I might have to do that later. Let's take this off. And I'm gonna have to get rid of that. I'm overwhelmed by stuff at the moment. Okay, so will that just fit in there? Because that would be convenient. I like it. Okay, so this just fits in here. Other way. So y'all, that concert, the 2 violins, oh my goodness. It was the best music I've heard in a long time. Well, I mean, I just saw Arlo Guthrie's daughter, granddaughter, and niece perform live as well. So like completely, like one totally folksy, one like all the big beats and then classical moments. And then also opening for Black Violin was Abraham Alexander, and he was so good. So just lots of great music. I should remember that when I'm in the traffic and I feel crazy living in a big town. At least I get the good music, right? So that was just, they were so good. It was so joyful. They have a foundation too, Black Violin does. I think it's Black Violin Foundation. So if you know somebody who is in need of an instrument or needs some help getting to like a, you know, music camp, something like that, look them up. They might be able to help with that. And the music was fun. They had us get up and dance at the end. It was just as great. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this as is for now. And I will sew here. I can't do that right now because then I would have to dig out the sequins and everything. And I think, ooh, I think once I sew it on, I'm actually going to take off the plastic on the back so it can be written on. Ooh, what if they're blowing up their own? Okay, I should know this because we are a big Star Wars family. That's not a good ship. I don't remember. That kind of looks like a rebel fighter. But what if, like, we even have a battleship where you have the different Star Wars ships. It's pretty cool. What if they are blowing up their own chances? I kind of like that idea. I like that. I like that a lot. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this because I just am. Okay, here we go. Gonna leave enough room there to sew it. That's a weird noise. I did get some Fabri-Tac on these scissors today, and I was like, ooh, I should clean them, and I was remembering that I learned the hard way that scissors are sharp, and you should not slide your fingers along them. All right, so then we're gonna put this in there. I would like that to be cut well-ish. I'm not the straightest of cutters, which reminds me not to be all over the place, but I was able to go back and decal cut my little book. I'll show you guys that. All right, we're just gonna pause. I'm gonna show you because I'll forget, and I'm just so excited about it. So the book I made for day one, right here. Also, I found this bird that I think I'm gonna put on it. Put a bird on it. I think I'm gonna put the signature that I found in my stuff. I'll secure that, but I'll do that at a later date. Why did I get this out? Oh, because probably I should decal. Ooh, I will use that to show you. So I decal cutted. Can you see? I decal cutted these edges. So let's just it's a terrible noise. So if you don't like big noises, for just a second, like mute it or something, because it's a big noise. So I found out about decal cutters because I saw this antique one on the internet, and I guess that's how they used to do photos. So let's see. This really, if I may say so, pretty cool signature I made. Anna's Arts and Crafts shows you how to do a no-sew, and I really, really like it. And I was experimenting with ways to secure the no-sew binding. That's a whole other thing that I promise I will get to one day. We'll talk about. Get ready. The noise is yucky. But I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see if it does it on vellum. I'm probably doing too much at once. We'll see. Okay. Yes. See if my husband notices. He went up to bed, which is why I have a limited amount of time, because it will be my shift upstairs at bedtime. One of my favorite times of the day, I guess of the night, but of the day and the night, is when I get to read with my teen. Love it. Let's see. And I still have such good memories of being read to as a kid. I can still hear my dad's voice on certain, like there's certain things I'll read, that Chronicles of Narnia, even like bits of, what else did he read out loud? Count of Monte Cristo. There's just certain things that I just hear in his voice, which is so amazing. Okay, so these are, well, I should just, we don't want to let this one feel left out. Should we decal cut this one too? And then I'll put it away because I know it's noisy and I should do it not on a video. Okay, that didn't work. I love how the last one's like, yeah, no. I know you want to do the last one. I find it interesting that dyed paper doesn't work as well. Oh, that looks nice though. I like it. Anyway, that's the decal cutter. Tim Holtz, of course. I thought about getting an antique one, but then I realized I would probably have to go and get the blade sharpened, and that seemed like a whole level of complicated that I do not have the energy for at this moment. Today was election day. I made sure I went and voted. Trying to focus on those important things. Let's see. So that's going to go in there eventually. And then I also found We might have to like day one revisit it or something when I have time. I found this really cool original stamped piece of fabric that I got from Blooming Loudly. I think they're on break right now with their Patreon, but I thought this would be really nice on there. From wherever that little birdie went, put a bird on it. I don't know, I haven't decided. So I'm just gonna put that to the side now that I've completely distracted myself, but it was fun, it made me happy, and I believe that is the whole point of this round robin, right? To be happy. Oh, something else I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if you guys really get into this or not, but I went ahead and went back and looked at what book cover this was and what the year was, and it was copyright 1987. And so I went ahead and put that on the card because I thought it might be kind of cool to look back and be like, well, how old is that book? So I did that. Okay, back to Punks with Purpose. Okay, Punk with Purpose is I don't remember if they're queer, disabled, or both. I can't remember. But they make little dolls, like little interesting dolls. So some of my toy friends, looking at you, Cindy, you might be interested in them. They're local to where I am. But I thought they would definitely approve of me using their sticker to talk about vanquishing the Empire. Okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't even know what to tell you. Watching Star Wars or something. We've been watching Star Wars in this house for a very, very long time. All right. So that's going to be like a shaker card moment. You know what I might do? When I sew it, I might sew it with that on the back. And because we had a discussion about this in my family, I know I'm getting another one of these logos coming in another envelope. So I will get to use that later. So I won't have to worry about that. So we're gonna just glue it. Okay, so we remember that's what I want it to do. Let's find ye old glue book. Guys, I did not want to do this tonight because I feel yucky, but I thought, you know what? Once I start doing it, I'll feel better. And guess what? I feel better. Got a brand new book of poetry today as my reward for voting. Kate Bear. Oh my gosh, the name just left me. What Kind of Woman is another one. She has another book called I Hope This Finds You Well, where she takes all these tweets from one of her tweets and news articles and things like that, and she makes blackout poetry with them, and she makes the best responses. This one has all sorts of other stuff as well, what you might think is traditional poetry, but then also documents and stuff that she's made into poems. I'm so excited. I've only read a little bit of it, but I love it already. Okay, so don't know if I'm going to use this tonight because, well, we'll see. And I think I hear the shower done, so it might be time to go. I may have to leave this till the morning. So I try to leave myself something that's exciting to look at and makes me want to get back into it. So let's leave. I love this, but it's so big. I kind of want to, the chastity bottom view capacitor identification. So cool. Ooh, I like this. It almost looks like they're dancing. Okay. Have you ever had to do like square dancing? That was a thing in Texas in 4th grade. You do square dancing. Bow to your partner, do-see-do, and anyway, it's a whole thing. And in 4th grade, you do not want to be touching the boys, or you do if you're cis. Not just cis. I'm sorry. If you're heterosexual and you're like, ooh, boys, and you're a girl and whatever. But mostly, it's just horrendously embarrassing for everyone involved. Let's see. I don't want to lie. I think we had to do some kind of performance with square dancing as well. So I'll leave this out for me. I'll put this back in my stash o stuff. And, ooh, I'm sorry, I hit the camera. I did not mean to. It makes me so sick when cameras move. So I try not to do that to people. You know, they might look good on something like this. Almost like a bookmark. Teen Time, Punk with Purpose. I like that. Something like this behind them. Okay. No one has come downstairs yet, so I'm going to continue. This is the water damaged part anyway. Oh, Oh, so one really cool thing as I kind of just, this is the part where I'm going to move things around and hem and haw. So I'll tell you if I can multitask, which I don't know if I can. One of the really cool things that the two violinists talked about, musicians, they said, look, we got together in orchestra. We loved playing orchestra. But we also wanted to play hip hop with our violins. And they said we had a really good music instructor, and he's the one who their foundation is in honor of. We had a great music instructor who just pushed us to be the very best, you know, to keep going, all that stuff. And so they just kept trying to make music, and they ended up, they're like, well, how do we get this out in the world? So they ended up sending out a VHS audition to Showtime at the Apollo, and then they ended up, did they win 4 times? They won at Showtime at the Apollo, and after it was, you know, all up from there. But they said, you got to find something you love because you're going to have to practice it a lot. And so if you're going to have to practice a lot, you probably want to love what you're doing. And then they said, and after that, then you have to find some way to share it. And so it's just really inspiring and interesting. And I don't even know. Oh, that's the y'all. The universe is beautiful. You see what that word says? Resistance measurements. This is a very Star Warsy moment for me. I'm scared I'm gonna mess this up. I want it like that. Okay, so we're gonna add that to here. And then I think I'm gonna have to stop. I hate to stop, but magically you won't have to wait for me. I will just pop back. The lighting will probably be different. Maybe it won't. Maybe we'll be talking quieter if I come back down tonight. Okay, resistance measurements. It's funny because what I wanted to do was put that whole thing up and down on the piece of paper because I liked how it looked on this. So why don't we glue this on? Sometimes I don't glue book if I know that like I'm already just gluing it right on top. So what kind of music do you all listen to? Do you listen to music? Are you not music people? That's okay too. I always have a song in my head, sometimes much to the dismay of my family because they can get, you know, if I'm not talking, I'm singing. But it's made, keeps me happy, so what can you do? Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then I don't want to decal cut that because I feel like that's going to be hard if I'm trying to like slide something in and out of it. For now, I'm going to leave this on in case I decide I want to make this like a flip out pocket kind of moment. Okay, so we're just going to pull this out to the side. Come on, fingers. There we go. Okay. So now we have our team time. I like that this is, I did try to help myself a little bit when I put my stuff together. So I put something that I don't really think matches in look necessarily. This is more, this came from a Frida kit from Tandy Art. But maybe I helped myself too much because that does look great, if I may say so. I'm not sure I can talk while I do this. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I'm trying to make conversation with you guys. Anything you guys are looking forward to this week? What is today? Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. We always used to have, of course, there's a hair on here because everything sticks. Morning message from teacher. We had marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, thoughtful Thursday, and of course, fantastic Friday. I think I need something bigger to put this on. That's what I think. What shall I use? I don't know why. There's a bag there, so why not? I want that little dotted line. It's a very dance kind of moment thing. Maybe I'm being too literal putting these all like together, but okay, I like that. Can I just like it? I feel like it might need something here, but I like it. Sorry, I just put my knuckle on you there. I'm gonna put this in here in case I want to make some kind of matching card. I'm gonna leave this here for now and pause the magic of recording, and when I'm back, I will think about, well, I'm gonna think about it until I come back, but I may do something with that. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. All right, friends, I am back. So I was able to make this shaker card, which I like, which if you know Star Wars, it's bits of black and white stormtrooper colors and stars in the shaker card. I don't want to shake that too much because I don't know if you can see it. On the back it says resistance measurements, and the resistance color is orange. I'm worried this is going to be, probably should test this, but I'm worried this is going to be the wrong color orange. Yeah, that works. So let's use, I don't want to shake the table as much as possible. And then I want to pick up these orange colors. It's kind of brownish, probably because I'm using the one I usually use with brown. Ooh, you know what I want to do with this? I'm going to take it to my grunge box, as Cindy calls it, and I'm going to spray some orange. I'm almost positive I have like some orange like star spray, speckle spray, whatever. I was also going to try to just do some mark making because I want the resistance measurements to stick out. Oh, I'm just shedding today, apparently. There's hair everywhere. Okay, so I feel nervous about making marks. All right, I'm leaving it there. That's wild for me to do marks like that. Okay, so that's the resistance color orange. We'll let that dry. And I brought this over here because I'm not sure. I'm still on the struggle bus about this. So I did find this when I was over at the sewing machine, which I like. It reminds me of sort of a chubby checker slash punk rocker slash, you know, those checkety pants. So I might, no, y'all. I kind of want to just like make this a bookmark. I don't want to force it. Let's do this. Let's collage this bag to about the size I know we need it. Remembering to put that little dotted line toward the end. Oh. Sorry. Probably gonna cover that up anyway. Guess we'll use this after all. So these are a bunch of fabric cards. Cindy has a video. I'll try to link it. She made these really cool fabric cards. So I have a bunch that I made that I haven't used yet. Oh. Oh. That would be nice with Star Wars, wouldn't it? That color makes my head hurt. Sorry, y'all. That might be a wonderful meaning, but can't do it. Oh, I hear little feet. It is time for me to finish up for tonight. So I will glue this down. And I'm just going to call this one almost done because I think I could dither about it for a long time. Glue that down. Glue them down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this right now. I wonder if I could cut bits of it. What about... And this is not the only one I have of this particular piece, just to add some dimension. Okay. That's okay. Okay, that'll work. And let's get that punks of purpose in there. Maybe I'll just cut the bits of the sticker I want. Now I'm thinking about that punk rocker song from the new Star Wars movie. Superman movie, I mean, not Star Wars. Now, if you're gonna watch new Star Wars, watch Andor. Okay, new-ish, I'm not sure when it came out exactly. Okay, so I am going to leave it at that because I think I'm going to sew that one as well. And I will come back with it sewn. I'm going to cut the top off, I think. Yeah, because I want to ink and all that stuff. And okay, so well, what needs to be inked really? These two pieces, maybe, just to make them show a little bit. You know what, because it's vellum, I bet I could kind of... Okay, we're just messing around, right? Let's try this. Kind of do that continuity of... Because it's got glue stick on it, because I had it glued on the other thing. So it's got kind of got some room to color on it. Okay. Should have looked at that before I did it, that's okay. Orange under that, but I won't. Purpose. I'm gonna cover up teen time because those can be adults too, and I want it at the top. Okay, so now I guess I'll keep it as a bag. Why not? Okay, this can go in the decal cutter. Forgive the noise. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Sorry. I'm gonna rip it. I'm gonna rip it. happens when you work it though. Sometimes you mess up, but that's okay. I'll make it work. If you're old enough to remember, or if you have the patience for commercials to watch Tim Gunn, as Mary Ellen mentioned the other day, I loved him because he would just, anytime he said to make it work, you knew he had faith in them, but he was also like, good luck, make it work. It was also like, it was a little bit like a New York bless your heart moment is really what it was. I probably need to glue these down as well because they're not gonna stay down just like that. Ooh, that's cool though. We're gonna leave that till tomorrow because that needs to dry, or at least for a little bit. So I'll pull those off, let them dry underneath, or maybe not. Wow, this is feeling punk rock in the mess situation of it. Let me ink our Rebel Dancers here. I mean, I'm getting a few West Side Story vibes here, but that's a whole different story. Okay, so later, do that. That's just like a kind of gimme. I'm really happy with this though. All right, I will be back again. And you know, actually, I'm gonna call that day 2, and I will start day 3 with like the finished, all stuck on bit. I'm gonna put this as something quote unquote made, just because I kind of like it, and I feel like it could be a really cool base for something else. So we're gonna call that day 2 done. Yay! Thanks for hanging out. I was probably more quiet than I usually am because I had to think a lot. I hope your day, night is going well, and I will see you on day 3. Bye.